Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday, September 1st. Man, oh man, it's just going by, isn't it? Hopefully we'll get some break from this warm weather. It's getting hot around here. So, warm up today. Dynamic range of motion to start out. Then we're going to hit 3 sets of 5 kettlebell windmills on each side. Guys, just to remind you, our feet are about shoulder width apart. We'll have one hand over the top. Whichever hand is over, our hips are going to push back and away below that arm. I'm holding my weight up. I'm going to look through the weight, back and away, trying to touch my foot. Look at it from this angle, trying to touch my foot. Look at it from this angle, trying to touch my foot. Hitting this area, hitting the hamstring, hitting the hip, hitting the shoulder. It's a great warm-up movement. 5 on each side. 10 sumo kettlebell high pulls. We'll have our kettlebell come to the ground, and then we'll pull it up to our chin. Doesn't have to be heavy. We're just getting some movement in. And then we'll have 10 goblet squats with a close stance. Pardon my wire there. We'll take that same kettlebell, hold it in a goblet position, squat, stand up. I did say narrow stance, squat, stand up. Knees a little sore from this weekend too. Once we're done with that, in class, we're going to review the Turkish get-up. We did these last week. It's a great movement. But today we're going to focus on getting a little bit heavier instead of making us breathe. For those that are comfortable taking this movement up in a little bit of weight, we're going to try it out today. Go up to a heavy single on the Turkish get-up on either side. You'll find that one may be stronger than the other, so they may not be exactly the same. On the review piece, if you need a brushing up at home on how to do it, just watch the video that's accompanied with the movement. Get an idea of how to go through it. In here, we'll walk you through it, so no worries. Once we get done with our single Turkish get-up, we're going to set that on a 12-minute clock. And then when we finish that, we're going to do another on-the-minute for 10-minute workout. Even minutes. It's going to get kind of funky, so I need you to pay attention. Even minutes. From the 0 to 15 seconds, you're going to knock out 60% of your total max rep pull-ups. So that means if my max rep pull-ups is 10, I would do 6 strict pull-ups. Once the clock passes 30 seconds, you're going to then knock out 20% of that max, getting us a little bit more volume within that minute without completely wearing us out. Right? So I would do 6. And then at the 30, I would do 2, effectively giving me 8 for that minute when my max is 10. It's a good way to balance that out and get closer to that max with a little extra work. Odd minutes, 50 double unders. Getting some conditioning in there, getting our heart rate elevated a little bit before hitting the next step. If you need to tweak it somewhere, drop it from the 60 down to maybe about 50 or so. Drop a rep. And let's see if you can carry it. It's only 5 sets of those, since we're alternating back and forth. Those at home, if you don't have a pull-up bar, you can just do sets of rows, bent rows, dumbbell rows, whatever. Table pull-ups are perfectly fine. You can even do odd object rows, anything like that that just gets the arms moving in that position. For the double unders, if you don't have a jump rope, you can do lateral hops, you can do weighted hops. We are going to try to do, we give you a cutoff time. Just do singles for about 30 to 35 seconds. All right, instead of trying to hit a specific number, because if you trip up, it just could get kind of ugly. It actually, here it says 45 seconds. So singles for 45 seconds or 50 double unders. Then once we finish that, we're going to do a 2.5-minute forward dragon stretch. This is a little bit different than your standard dragon. Standard dragon is here, really focusing on pushing our hips down. I'll move to this side so you can see what that looks like. Pushing our hips down, trying to open up the hip flexors. The forward dragon still focuses a little on the flexor, but it's a lot more on the Achilles and the calf of the front leg. So we'll get into a forward lean position, trying to keep our heel planted, our forward heel planted. get a little extra bend into that Achilles while still working a little bit back here as well. Once you finish that, hit the ROM WOD at some point today. I hope you have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow.